Come down to the Sound here today. It's a very apt place really to talk about wind farms. It's pretty windy here. Brendan from Travelwatch. We've been having a few items about this recently, and there's definitely something going to go on. What's the view of Travelwatch to all this possible building of wind farms out there which could interfere with transport?
Well, first of all, full marks to Celtic Array. They've met us. We've had quite a long session with them. We've put our point of view to them, and we've heard a good deal more about what's going on. What we have to say, though, having listened to what Celtic Array are doing and having realised what the issues are, this could be very serious, because they actually look as if the development of wind farms in the Irish Sea could interfere with our shipping routes. And this could be really serious, because we depend on our shipping routes, not just for a passenger perspective, but also for getting our goods and services across the sea. So this is a big issue. Now, what are we going to do about it? Well, we're planning at our public meeting in November, we'll be doing a presentation on it. So anybody who's interested in the subject, doesn't know much about it, come along and hear about it, because it's really important that more people on the island realise there's a big issue here, because we may have to campaign quite hard to get a decent solution.
Well, the Minister's already on record saying he sent letters saying you won't interfere, will you, or there'll be trouble ahead. I don't know what trouble that might be, but obviously he's laying down the marker at this point that this could concern everyone here on the island.
And he's quite right to do so, because what we've got to do, we've got to pull together. We need the Isle of Man government taking a lead on this, but we also need other organisations like the Chamber of Commerce, like ourselves as Travelwatch. All sorts of groups need to put pressure upon Celtic Array to make them realise the importance of the sea route. I think, to be fair to Celtic Array, they hadn't fully appreciated how important this issue was.
So you're in the loop, but I mean, Dong are over this week talking to the public. Centrica have been over before, but don't do media interviews. I mean, what's going on? What do you know that you can pass on to us?
Well, we think that what we've got to recognise is it is at quite an early stage in terms of Celtic Array in their whole planning consultative process. So I can understand them taking a fairly cautious view on this. What is encouraging, though, is they are prepared to talk to, first of all, groups representing Manx interests. They did go along to the agricultural show and had a stand there, so they made themselves available to the public. So they're showing signs of taking a sensible approach, but it's a big issue, and we've got to keep a lot of pressure on them now to say, look, our shipping routes are sacrosanct. We've been running those routes for nearly 200 years. You can't just go and block them off.
Well, I mean, Travelwatch is known for keeping the pressure on, and that's therefore probably good news for most people to know that you're on top of this. But they are engaging with you, so that is something.
Yeah, they're engaging with us, and yes, we'll keep a very close eye on this, but we are going to need a lot of support from the whole community to make sure this issue goes the right way. We all know what happened over the reciprocal health agreement. That sort of went rather bad on us because we didn't keep our eye on the ball, I suspect, at an early enough stage. Now with this one, we've identified it, we've got a problem, we've now got to keep the pressure upon these developers so they don't interfere with our Manx shipping routes.